Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherri Hanson. Thanks for joining me today. And is it exciting to be out here with Josh Hanson and Anthony Solon at Spanky Stone Hearth. Thanks, guys, for joining me today. How's it feel, Josh?
Feels good to be back in business.
And how about you, Anthony? Has it been a long winter?
Yeah, it's been a long winter, but we're glad to be here.
Well, I have to tell you that you walk in, and what's so unique about your restaurant now is the fact that it is so nice, but it is so familiar. Now,
Yes.
Did you spend a lot of time figuring that one out?
We did, Sherri. We had the product before, we had the service before, and the atmosphere in the lounge, we portrayed that into the dining room as well. And now we have that in the dining room. It's a similar look to the lounge. It's a same flow, same feeling before, but the logs came from Montana this time instead of having a room that was a little more dungeony like before. We added a bunch of rafters and vaulted the ceilings and added some carpet and brand new tables and chairs in the dining room, and it's just another amenity to add to the restaurant.
Yeah, it's just a nice upgrade. And so when you did all those changes, what did not change, Anthony?
Well, the lounge didn't really change all that much. We did change around the location of the bar and the bathrooms a little bit. The menu is still pretty much exactly the same. A few additions, a couple things taken off, but pretty much the exact same thing.
And I know you've talked about your staff that you've got back on is so familiar, not to the restaurant, but also to the local people, too. And so it's pretty exciting to have those doors back open. What did it take, was it August 13th of 2010 that this place had the devastation of the fire? Mm-hmm. Here we are, the 1st of May. What kind of efforts did that take?
I'm sure the contractors weren't exactly happy with us, but we had them working Saturdays, Sundays throughout the winter, and we had a time frame in mind, and fortunately we were a little ahead of that time frame, and we had a goal of June 1st, and we actually opened our doors to the public on May 2nd. So we have a full month to prepare for the busy season, and we have our contractors to thank for that, and everybody else, all the family that's helped get us up and running and get involved in the restaurant process throughout the winter, from the demolition all the way to the finishing touches of polishing the seats off before the first guests came in.
Right. So Anthony, what hours are you going to be having? Is it pretty much going to be the same?
Yes, a lot of it will be the same. We are open nightly at 5 p.m. So a little different than last year. We opened the doors a little earlier before we were closed Mondays and Tuesdays in May yet. But right now we're open nightly at 5 p.m. Sorry.
At 5 p.m. And then tell me about, do you take reservations?
We do take reservations. They're not required, but encouraged. You can save your seat next to the window if you'd like. Make sure you get exactly what you're looking for.
I know some people were saying that when I was out here one night what table number is this? And I kind of gave them, I'm sure, a quizzical look, and I think it was 14. And they said, because when we call in, we want to make sure we get table 14. They like that table. Josh, you're still going to be able to use local fare.
Definitely. This was a project we took on last summer, and it really took off. It made us proud at the restaurant to be serving local produce, and it also supported a lot of the local farmers. As last year, we're off to a slower start with spring without all of the sunshine. The crops are a little behind, but look for a lot of fresh produce in mid-June. Lettuces, tomatoes, cucumbers, and different varieties of different plants, herbs, and vegetables throughout the summer. Last summer, we featured local produce night each Wednesday night, and right from the onset, it was a success. We started off with a salad and went to a main entree and a dessert. And all of those items were influenced by our local produce and local fare.
Okay, and Anthony, when you're going to be doing reservations, can you also tell me about if you want to have a special party or if you want to do some catering? Yeah,
that's one thing that we got into a little more last year. A lot more catering's been going on. People have their events at their home or at a different location. And we've been doing quite a bit of that, and it's been a lot of fun. Anything small to big, doesn't much matter. We can take care of you.
So it's pretty exciting to be able to take your wonderful Spanky Stone Hearth food and bring that right to people's homes, and so that they can enjoy and show off their home and do the little, and not have all the work for themselves. So do you
take care of that.
You'll take care of that. Do you have nightly specials then, Josh, too?
Yes, we still have our fresh fish coming from Honolulu nightly. Sometimes it comes in weekly. Every weekend we have fresh fish for sure, and usually we bring some fresh fish in on Tuesdays as well.
Okay, and Anthony, you guys, both of you guys have some really nice apparel on. Tell me what they can find when they come out here.
Last year we got a lot more into the apparel end of it. This year we're going to do the same. We offer everything from kids' clothing to hats to water bottles, all the way up to hooded sweatshirts, T-shirts, something for everybody.
Yeah, I really like them. These are actually the same style, and so you guys must have the same taste. But you pulled that off the rack, but it shows it in different colors, and I know that they've got all of the women's clothing and anything that you pretty much would want on that too.
Absolutely.
Okay, Josh, tell the people how what you're feeling about being back open. And
oh, it's a good feeling to be back in our element again. We're not the greatest construction builders, but both Anthony and I are back in our elements, Anthony being behind the bar and myself being back in the kitchen. Nightly features again, open every night at 5 p.m. Like Anthony mentioned before, reservations are encouraged, but not necessarily mandatory at all. It's a good feeling to be back into our business again.
All right. Well, I know that the community of Vergas is really excited. You just really rallied around, and we're excited about the fact that you guys were rebuilding and about the fact that they would have a fine establishment to come out to and dine at again. Tell me, Anthony, what it feels like to be part of the Vergas community and being able to support that.
Oh, it's been great. It's overwhelming, all the support we've had through the whole winter. Last summer, fall, after the fire, we had a few questions in our head, but the support from the community made it a real easy decision to rebuild. And just the support through the whole winter is overwhelming. Couldn't have done it without them.
Now, I know that there's something new out here, completely new, that nobody, I don't even know if you guys had planned on it, but there's a little room upstairs that everybody keeps wanting to know about. What's the deal with that, Anthony?
Well, one of our great contractors, while we were putting the rafters up, said, this might make a nice little private room, and it would have been just wasted space. So being as busy as we were, we just kind of said go with it and see how it turns out. And it turned out to be a very popular place. You can go up there right now for waiting, have a cocktail, wait for your table, have a cocktail after your dinner.
After meal, sure.
And it overlooks the whole Rose Lake, so it's kind of great.
And you get just a whole brand new view of it. And I know when you were talking earlier, Josh, you were saying that there probably is not a seat in the restaurant. We're seated in this wonderful little alcove that is in the dining room right off by the fireplace. I think of it'll be wonderful in the wintertime. I can just see the fireplace going, and it's just very cozy. But you can still see the lake, so there's not a place in this whole restaurant that you do not have a lakeside view.
And that's true, Sherri. The nice thing about this, we raised the floor, the concrete level, so anybody sitting in the dining room or the lounge has a great view of the lake, and you don't see the cars passing by now on Highway 4, and you just get a great view. It's a great venue to be at, and it's just a cozy feeling throughout the whole restaurant now.
Now, how soon, and I know you're not a weatherman, but are you planning on outside seating again?
Tonight.
Tonight? Okay. I suppose anybody can if they want to, but you will have outside seating again, Josh?
Most definitely we will, yes. Speaking of this upper room, too, we're also reserving that for private parties up to 15 people.
Okay, well, that works out nice. Well, guys, thanks very much for being a part of the Vergas community. It's just been wonderful being able to follow you up to this point, and I think everybody was a little saddened by the fire, but you've come back full strong, and so hopefully you'll have a chance to come to the Vergas community, and when you are, stop out at Spanky Stone Hearth, say hi to Anthony behind the bar, and peek your head in at Josh in the kitchen. All right, you have a good day in Vergas.